Hello, you beautiful people out there. This is Dr. Vineeta once again in order to give you an amazing training today, especially in regards to an amazing topic which you can see on screen, which is basically direct deployment of contracts for your agency. So basically, I'm going to reveal all the strategies behind how your agency can be directly deployed on vendor management systems, on MSPs, that is the managed service providers, and what's exactly the strategies of how your competitor staffing agencies are currently making $20,000 every single week by getting deployed in these systems, right? So before I start with the training, I would really quickly check whether, I can see myself okay. For those who's joining me in live, I would really recommend you if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay, if you can see my screen basically, which is being shared, please drop down in the comments below and I'll just quickly get this technical test done. So also do let me know, where are you all joining me from? Which part of the world are you joining me from? Do you have a staffing agency? Do you have which kind of business? It would be amazing while I do this quick test here. Give me a moment, please. Quickly get this technical test done. So also a moment, please. Okay, great. Yes. I can see myself. That means I can see my screen okay, and I can also hear myself okay. I would really appreciate if, I get in the comments, especially people who are joining me in live. You can let me know where exactly are you joining me from and whether you can hear me absolutely okay, because the information today that I'm going to share is very crucial, very critical, and I do not want a single piece of information to be missed by any one of you. So the topic for today is direct deployment of contracts for your agencies, and also show you how your competitor staffing agencies are making $20,000 every single week. Yes, you heard that right. It's basically $20,000 every single week, right? So I have basically got into a huge deployment details for you over here. I've had a huge notes. My training and development team has crafted those notes for you. And yeah, so I believe let's begin. So just wanted to let you all know, this is Dr. Vineeta here. For those who do not know me, I am a doctor by profession and a certified psychologist as well. This is my 6th year, which is I have been into business coaching since 6 years now, wherein I currently assist registered nurses, doctors, med-certs, people from the medical fraternity, not only help them start a staffing agency, home care agency, but also assist them with bringing in those consistent contracts. Yes, you heard that right. We not only help you get started, but we also give you 100% guarantee of also bringing in those clients and bringing in those contracts coming in. No one in the industry, no one on the internet will ever do that, because honestly speaking, you will find a lot of knowledge on Google, ChatGPT, YouTube, etc., and you can get started all by your own self. It will definitely take lots of time. But what about the clients? What about the contracts? What about the things that actually make you money? Honestly speaking, if you do have a business and if it's not, there's no money coming in, you might as well call it as an expensive hobby rather than a business, right? So let me quickly get this live shared in my community, because I want maximum people to join in, because the information that's going to be shared here is absolutely crucial and I don't want this to be missed by any one of you all. So just quickly give me a moment. I basically have 3 huge communities on Facebook. I'm sure you all who are joining me are a part of the community. If you are not a part of community, what I'm going to do is, in the comments below after this live, I'm going to drop my Facebook group link. Please do join in, because I share a lot of critical compliance, a lot of information licensing details, certifications, and moreover, details about getting those contracts for you. right? So give me a moment. I'm just getting this quickly shared in my group. And you also, if you want that this information will benefit someone, maybe from your friends, maybe from your family, acquaintances, please feel free to share that with people, because that's exactly what my mission is. I want to impact the majority of medical fraternity people. I myself, coming from that background, I absolutely can understand what exactly it is, the burnout, working for 9 to 5, absolutely living paycheck to paycheck. So I can understand and relate, but please feel free to share this word across your friends, your family, especially people who actually need to hear this today. That would be great too. And yes, I basically see that I have quietly shared my entire life in my different groups over here, and now we are ready to begin. Super excited for this training. So, coming back to who exactly am I, what kind of services I offer. So, for people who might be joining in live for the first time ever, my name is Dr. Vineeta Pillai. I am a doctor by profession and a certified psychologist. I have been into business coaching since almost 6 years now, wherein we assist registered nurses, doctors, people from the medical fraternity tap into entrepreneurship. How do I do that? I basically help them in order to get started rather than working for someone else. I'm sure 99% of my clients are working for somebody else, are working for someone else's agency. Why not create or tap into, have the ownership of your own agency and work for your own self, rather than working for a boss and making them profits? That's my number one mission, to help majority of the people to tap into entrepreneurships. That's number one. Number two is not only entrepreneurship, what next? Once when I have my business there, how will I bring in those contracts? How will I make money? And that's exactly where today's entire topic will come in, wherein we have a direct deployment of contracts, strategies, and yes, my clients of who currently do own staffing agencies earn $20,000 bare minimum every single week. I keep on getting a lot of questions every single day on my DMs. My DMs are flooded with almost 40 plus messages every single day. And that was the only reason I thought of just going in live and addressing each and every question which every one of you might be having, right? So, yeah, real quick, I need you to answer one question here, right? This is in your head. How many of you are tired of chasing clients every single month? How many of you who basically are watching me live or maybe watching me on a replay are basically hustling, are basically, tired of posting, emailing, hoping that someone signs a contract only to end up with nothing, right? How many of you are there? I would appreciate, I love to have an interactive audience. So please feel free to make the most out of this live. You have the comment section, no matter which group you're watching me on. Please feel free to utilize that and do let me know how many people are actually feeling this, tired of chasing clients, currently utilizing every single way, every single method, but unfortunately landing absolutely no clients and no contracts for your staffing agency. If you are that person, I would really appreciate if you just raise that hand in the comments below, because that's exactly will give me an understanding of my audience and I can help you. I'm going to directly DM you in order to understand what exactly are the challenges that your business is facing. And I'm not going to charge you anything for that. So be rest assured. Make the most out of this live, because this live is not going to be beneficial only for me. This is exclusively being crafted to make the best out of you as a business owner, right? So basically, if that's you who are currently tired of chasing the contract, currently tired of getting clients, you're not alone. Let me tell you that. I am going to be brutally honest here. Most staffing agencies don't have a client problem, they have a contract problem. I repeat myself. Most staffing agencies, after working with 790 plus staffing agencies, I am going to be brutally honest today here, is most of the staffing agencies do not have a client problem, they have a contract problem. Clients come and go, okay? Clients will definitely come, clients will go. But contracts are the heart of your business. Contracts are going to keep you alive. Contracts will be week in, week out. That's the heart of a staffing agency, not a client. I am referring to contracts. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how we can fix that with vendor management systems, with managed service provider contracts, what exactly they are, who they are exactly for, and how your staffing agency can finally stop chasing and start receiving those consistent payments coming in exclusively every single week. So, this is the entire crux of today's training. How many people are excited? I would really appreciate if I hear that comment below. Thank you so much, Edward, for your comment. Yes, so for people who are watching me in live, how many of you are excited for today's topic? Honestly speaking, this is no one in the entire history of staffing will ever walk you through something more specific, something more direct, right? So I would really appreciate to see some enthusiasm in the comment section below. I would want you to, just let me know how many of you are currently really interested to know what exactly are the strategies of getting directly deployed on these vendor management platforms on the MSP. And the saddest truth over here is whenever there are strategic calls which are basically being booked, I ask my client for the first time, are you aware of what exactly is a vendor management system? 99% of people are absolutely clueless. Yes, you heard that right. 99% of clients are absolutely clueless once when they get on a call with me. They do not know what's a vendor management system. They do not know what's an MSP, right? And that is what is causing a huge problem in your business, which is absolutely office staffing, right? So yes, hey Jude, really excited to see you. Hey Edward, great. Thank you all guys for commenting and interacting, right? So let's do this. Let's get into the deep dive details of today's training, which is exclusively being crafted in order to show you how we can get your staffing agency gap of those contracts, get you deployed on a vendor management platform, get you deployed on a managed service platform, and show you what exactly are your competitors doing in to bring in those consistent $20,000 every single week. And trust me, 20,000 is the bare minimum, right? So let me paint this picture now. Being a staffing agency owner, I'm sure you might be posting a lot of advertisements, organic, paid marketing. You might be definitely trying to call facilities, trying to hustle like crazy, but unfortunately land zero contracts. And I'm sure you all are aware of contracts are directly proportional to payments, right? If you do not have any contracts, unfortunately, your payments are inconsistent. Your business is inconsistent. You cannot call a business as long as it's making money. You might as well call it as an expensive hobby, right? You see other staffing agencies landing contracts and doing wonders. So have you ever given that thought that how are they actually doing it? I'm sure you might be coming across a lot of posts on social media in regards to your competitors, in regards to different staffing agencies about contracts. So have you ever thought that how exactly are they doing this? How are they getting those consistent contracts wherein you are literally struggling to get one, right? I'm sure you might be feeling like you're constantly in a feast or famine cycle. Here's the truth. Without access to direct contracts from top notch companies and top notch healthcare networks, you are stuck. I repeat myself. Without access to getting direct contracts from top companies and healthcare networks, you are stuck. Because honestly, what you're doing is you're trading time for money. And no matter how hard you work, your revenue will absolutely fluctuate. You're going to only pray every single day, I get this contract. And unfortunately, at the end of the day, you land up with a zero client and a zero contract. So this clearly indicates your business revenue is fluctuating, right? Now, just imagine you have a system where facilities will call you, not the other way around. I am a business coach, which basically will never ever want my clients to be chasing any facilities, chasing any hospitals, any old age rehabilitation centers, calling them back to back and chasing them and begging them for contracts. I am the business coach of a staffing agency who does that vice versa. I ensure the facilities give you a call, not the other way around, where payments will come in every single week. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to reveal and pull up the curtain behind all the strategies that my VIP staffing agency clients are utilizing, making $20,000 bare minimum every single week by leveraging the power of having a vendor management system and a managed service providers, right? So let's understand what exactly these contracts are, right? I'm sure you might have seen a lot of emails coming in from my side, a lot of posts coming in regards to contracts. Today, I'm going to reveal what exactly are the contracts, because every single day I'm getting 40, 50 DMs, about the contracts. What exactly are the details, right? So let's understand everything today. Number one, what is a VMS? The abbreviation of VMS stands for Vendor Management System. If you have a notepad, that would be great. You can please write it down, but I'm going to basically drop this live in my YouTube channel. If you are not following me on YouTube, feel free to subscribe to my channel. That's exactly where all my lives and repositories would be basically being, dumped there, right? Coming back to what exactly is a VMS? VMS is a platform which is known as a vendor management system, where large companies post their staffing requirements. Okay, just understand this. It is a portal, it is a platform where majority of the Fortune 500 companies post their staffing requirements. Now, staffing agencies just like yours can get direct access to all these contracts directly to fill roles without the middleman taking a cut. I repeat myself. Vendor management system is a platform where large companies post their staffing requirements. And staffing agencies, just like yourself, can get direct access to fill the roles without any middleman taking the percentage out, or any middleman taking any profit cut out. Okay, that's the vendor management system for you. Coming to the next is, let's understand now what exactly is an MSP. MSP stands for Managed Service Provider. They manage multiple staffing agencies and contracts for a company. Okay, just understand this thin line and the thin difference between both. They they manage multiple staffing agencies and contracts for companies. So being on an MSP list means that your agency gets the first access to jobs across the nation. Your agency gets contracts and access to jobs across the hospitals, across the IT firms, across the facilities nationwide. So basically, if you have an IT staffing agency, your agency is the first to get the access to getting contracts with all the IT giants. If you have a nursing staffing agency, your agency gets the first access for getting contracts directly with healthcare facilities, hospitals, nursing homes, right? So just to make that short and easy, think of it as a VIP pass. Instead of competing with hundreds of agencies cold, you get direct access to contracts that are ready to pay you. I repeat myself. Think of it as a VIP pass. Instead of competing with hundreds of agencies and getting saturated, you, on a priority, get direct access to contracts that are ready to pay you, right? So that's basically the difference about the VMS and MSP. Any questions here? Whatever questions you have, feel free to utilize the comments below. I will definitely get those questions addressed, especially at the end of this training, right? Moving to the next is, now, as you have understood the difference between a VMS and an MSP, let's understand who exactly is this for, because staffing is a huge umbrella. A lot of genres come behind staffing, right? You get staffing agency, you get a home care agency, you get a group home agency, you get a staffing, IT agency, etc. Correct? So these contracts are exclusively for healthcare staffing agencies looking for weekly revenue consistency. I repeat myself. These are for staffing agencies who are actually looking for recurring revenue every single week consistently. Number two, it's for IT staffing agencies who are tired of cold calling and chasing leads with the majority of the top-notch company, top-notch global giants. Number three, it's for new agencies who want to hit the ground running with real contracts. I repeat myself, real contracts, not just leads, not any organic leads. These are real contracts on table. Number four, this is for established agencies who want to scale fast without adding a ton of overhead, right? So I repeat myself, I see people joining in. What I'm going to do is let's understand who exactly is this VMS and MSP contracts for, right? So basically, number one, it's for healthcare staffing agencies looking for weekly revenue consistency. Number two, it's for IT staffing agencies who are tired of cold calling and chasing leads. Number three, it's for new agencies who want to hit the ground running with real contracts. Number four, it's for established agencies who want to scale fast without adding a ton of overhead, right? So if you want predictable cash flow and zero guesswork, this is exactly for you, right? This is exactly a well-oiled machine who's going to bring in those consistent contracts for you because those contracts are already on table for you. There's absolutely zero guesswork here, right? So now let's understand, what does your agency actually require in order to get deployed on these systems, right? We cannot just be accepting any agency. Let's understand what exactly are the documentation, what exactly do you require in order to get started. Number one is a registered agency with the basic credentialing. That is, your agency will require an EIN, an LLC, and a license in case if your state requires a license. If you are in a state which does not require a license, you will not need one, right? So the basic registered details for your agency. Number two is the ability to deploy staff quickly. This is where direct deployment comes in. What do I mean by that? Now, these contracts, which gives you direct access, are almost 5,000 plus contracts on one portal. So instead of just giving you contract, you also have to have an ability to fulfill the deployment, right? You have to have the ability to deploy staffs quickly. If you have a team, do you have recruiters? If you don't have a recruiter, we do currently provide a full-time recruiters as well. But this is the second too, because this is how the company is going to gauge your skills and bandwidth, right? And number three, you have to have a system to manage clients, to manage candidates, and start the scheduling efficiently. That's all that is required from you being a staffing agency owner. That's it. You don't need anything fancy, nothing complex, just the willingness to implement a proven system that brings in nationwide contracts, right? Now, let me clarify a direct deployment. How many people have heard about this direct deployment? What exactly is direct deployment? It means you as an agency directly will be providing staff to a client facility without any middleman taking a cut. I repeat myself. It means you as a staffing agency will directly provide staff to a client facility without any middleman taking a cut there, right? You get the contracts, you deploy the staff, and you get paid. I repeat myself, you get those contracts, you send in your candidates or the staff, and you will be getting paid because here there'll be no more waiting for someone else to approve your hours or markups. Everything is under your control with 100% transparency because You get a login information for your staffing agency. You get a username and a password, and every single day you get access to these contracts. So when you log into the system, you actually can see what exactly is the status of your candidate, where it is, what exactly is the pipeline, whether she's been interviewed, whether she's currently doing any round of interview, whether she's already started, everything with 100% transparency there, right? This is the fastest way to scale your agency and create a predictable cash flow for your business. Understand that, because you have full control. Here, no one is getting the cuts, no one is the middleman. It's your agency, and the company directly or the facility, right? And here's the big one: nationwide contracts. I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about one contract or one hospital. I am talking about nationwide contracts, right? We're talking about contracts that span across multiple states, from healthcare staffing to IT staffing, giving you an access to hundreds of roles every single week. Yes, so these are all nationwide contracts, nationwide deployment, right? Now I have also literally jotted down the name of the vendors, the name of the companies who basically offer direct deployment. How many people would love to know the names of the companies? Please drop in name below in the comments while I just grab a sip of water here. How many people would actually want to know the name of companies who are offering direct deployment for your agency? Drop in the comments names below. Great. Yes, I can see Jude saying me. I can see Edward saying yes, I would. Perfect. Names. Great. Okay, yes. So what I've done is I have basically deployed, I've literally enlisted the names of the companies who we have direct collaboration and contracts with. Correct? So let's understand it from the IT perspective. Sorry, from the healthcare perspective first, yeah? It's AMN Healthcare, cross country staffing. It's basically Maxim Healthcare, Solient Healthcare, Grapetree, Aya, and the list basically goes on to almost, I would say, 50 plus MSPs. Major MSPs who are currently major in the staffing market is deployed, is basically collaborated with us. Few examples for IT. If you, in case, have an IT staffing agency, we have direct collaboration with Randstad, IBM, Accenture, Emphasis, Hexaware, Persistent, Google, Walmart, and top global giants exclusively seeking for a lot of staffing requirements, honestly. We have Synchron, Dexian, Collabora, Vanguard, etc. And here also the list goes on with 50 plus, right? So in this situation, we have almost collaborated with 100 plus nationwide MSPs who currently are seeking for staffing agencies to get deployed. Why? Because they need agencies to fulfill their requirements, right? How do they get benefit? Because when an agency gets deployed on their system, you send a candidate, that's when they get benefited, correct? Their job is closed. And how you get benefited? In return, you get paid. That means you have a weekly consistent money coming in, correct? With access to these contracts, you can grow without worrying about local market limitations. Because honestly speaking, your agency suddenly has unlimited potential without notifying your competitor. A straight logic there. No matter which state you're in, if you get deployed on any of the vendor management system, will your competitors know about it? Absolutely not, because Once when you start marketing, you're going to market about the contracts. I'm currently seeking for a registered nurse. I'm currently seeking for a travel nurse, right? You're not going to market that I am currently deployed on a biggest giant. This is what $100,000, 200,000 consistent month income agencies do, right? Because you instantly are tapping into unlimited potential with these contracts because you have an access to fulfill nationwide contracts. And if you feel that nationwide contracts, will you have the eligibility or legally are you licensed? Honestly speaking, you just need a license where your agency is established. That's it. You do not need any foreign license to staff any other state apart from your own because the vendor management platforms and the MSP already do have a foreign enterprise license, and you are just subcontracting with them as a partnership. So please don't think that, oh my God, you would require a lot of license. You absolutely do not. All what you require is just a staffing agency license, whichever state you're currently established in, right? Now, I'm sure you might be thinking that this is amazing, but what is my role over here, right? What is our role in all of this? So I'll just explain that clearly. We give you access to step-by-step guidance and help you get deployed. Deploy the staff directly. You don't need to figure it out alone because what I do is, as I have partnered and collaborated with these vendors, I have given them that yes, I do have 790 plus clients currently in my circle, and I will get them deployed on your platform. If you basically, I'm sure you might have tried to get, directly connected with these people, you might have got rejected, and this is where the entire game begins. As you are my client, I take 100% responsibility of getting you deployed on their platform. And why am I so sure? Because we already have a signing agreement stating that this is an extended version of my consistent contracts program, wherein once when my client is in a consistent contract program, they not only get a team of professionals, but they also get 100% guarantee of contracts, correct? All I do is my team will take the details from your end, your business details, your documents, etc., and get that sent out to these MSPs. There will be a brief check with these documents, a thorough verification will happen, etc., and that's it. Immediately, a master service agreement is released by these agencies, these vendors to you in your email. Once when you sign this master service agreement, that clearly indicates all the contract is between your agency and these vendor management system, and there's no middleman there, right? That's when your username and password is created and sent to you on your email, correct? So every single day, you have the entire 100% responsibility, 100%, I would say, take on those contracts. You're not sharing those contracts with anyone. So that's a basic logistics behind how things look. Think of us as the bridge between your agency and thousands of high paying clients and contracts nationwide. We make sure you have the tools, we make sure you have the guidance, and we also ensure that you have those connections to scale fast. Because honestly, having only 10,000 contracts as of today is no use if you don't have candidates, right? And having 10,000 candidates and you don't have contracts is also no use. So being a staffing agency owner, you have to ensure you have an equilibrium between the candidate and the contracts. And that's exactly what we do. We provide you with support, with the scripts, the template, the documents. In case if anything is missing, I have an in-house licensing officers who can get things crafted for you. And we ensure that you get paid consistently. So that's exactly where our role comes in, right? Any questions here before I move to the next? I'm sure I have made this very, very simple in literally the best way possible, but at all, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to just slide in my DMs and just get those questions answered. Yeah, my DMs are always open for my amazing clients, my amazing community, because at the end of the day, my mission is right there to assist staffing agency owners get those contracts and get that support, right? Now, here's the deal. The doors for these contracts are closing very, very soon for this batch. So, what do I mean by closing? We have been notified by the top notch companies, top notch vendors that they are going to be closing the door soon because there are very limited spots open. They do not take 1,000 agencies and get those then saturated. There are a lot of vendor management platforms. I'm sure you might be known that, even if you get an access to, you're not able to fulfill their contracts. Why? Because there are millions agencies already in there. These agency contracts are very specific. They hardly take anyone in there unless they know that, yes, the staffing agency is going to be beneficial for us, right? So there's very, very limited spots open, and those spots might be closed any single time. And honestly speaking, even I myself don't know when will we be getting this opportunity, because you all know artificial intelligence is here, right? I'm sure soon everything will be deployed on AI, correct? Because doors are closing soon, their spots are limited. So if you want access to these nationwide contracts, your agency has to act now, because honestly, this is the only opportunity to finally end the feast or the famine cycle, to finally scale that agency and predictably and build the agency that you've always wanted, right? Because honestly, I am there for you who's been into business since 6 years. We are not newbies, right? Always take guidance from someone who you consistently are seeing, because social media has a lot of noise. Social media is dynamic. So you need to choose what exactly do you require. Do you think that, yes, as it's already a quarter coming to an end, do you feel that, yes, I actually need to utilize the best of this opportunity? And yes, I forgot the very most important point. These contracts are basically for 1 year, 2 year direct contracts. So don't worry, these contracts are not short term contracts. So, what I would recommend is, I would highly recommend you to grab your seat now, take these contracts, and make the most out of it, because those are the exact opportunities which are currently with me. But I do not know for how many hours, or maybe after this live, the spots might close, because these are global giant staffing agencies that literally dying to get on board with them, because the payout is amazing as well, right? So please do let me know. Feel free to shoot me a DM as well in order to get started. Okay. In case if you want to get started, or if you have further any questions, my DMs are always open for you. You know that. Before I end the training, I'll quickly give you the calculation of how things look like, right? So just take an hypothetical figure, like maybe for a staffing agency. You get deployed into a direct hire contract, maybe a permanent contract. These contracts are having a variation. So if you may ask me what type of contracts, you're going to get everything here. You're going to get direct contracts, you're going to get perm DM, you're going to get travel contracts, you're going to get direct hire contracts, etc. Okay, so do not worry. These contracts are not restricted to only one specific, right? Same thing goes with IT. In IT, you'll get remote, you'll get contracts, you'll get different kinds of direct contracts, permanent placements, positions, etc. Now, just let's do a quick calculation of how it would benefit you in terms of monetary benefits, right? So, what these vendors usually do is, for an instance, if you have a nurse, okay, a registered nurse who basically wants to be placed as a permanent placement in a facility, correct? Now, you send your candidate. How do you have to send it? You just have to upload that candidate's resume in the portal which the company gives you access for. You don't have to physically visit the facility with the candidate. You don't have to do anything. Neither the candidate have to do anything. Just the resume has to be uploaded, and instantly the facility talent acquisition team will call your candidate for interview, correct? Now, just imagine, let's take a figure of your candidate has got selected and your candidate has finally got an offer. And this is basically a permanent placement or a direct hire, right? And just let's take for an easy calculation, your candidate has been offered $100,000 as an annual compensation. Okay. How much will you make? You get paid 15 to 20% of the total annual compensation just by sending one registered nurse. So 15 to 20% is almost $20,000, correct? I'm not that good in maths, but just for an easy calculation, I hope. $100,000 if the nurse is being literally, given an annual compensation of, you get paid straight 20,000. That's it. Now you do the math. If you are capable of sending even one nurse every single week, that's exactly how you make $20,000 weekly. And that is just a rough calculation for a nurse. An easy strategy and a golden rule here is the higher the designation you staff, the higher you get paid. Simple. If you staff a doctor, a surgeon, you get paid more. So this is an easy calculation there. And the best part is you get paid directly into your business bank account because you have the access to the company's portal. You need to add all your details of the banking, your business bank information directly into the portal. No middleman there. If your candidate gets selected, you get paid. This is the complete setup of how things look like from the financial aspects as well, right? So I feel that I almost have covered everything in there. At any point of time, if you feel that no, this is my time, I need to begin, feel free to shoot me a DM, okay, on Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta. I'm literally on every social media platform. Feel free to follow me on YouTube. Do subscribe to my YouTube because I'm going to drop this training on my YouTube channel instantly, right? In case if you might have joined in, late, because this live is going to be, I think, for 30 days on Facebook and it's going to be going down. So feel free to do subscribe on my YouTube channel. And yeah, so do not worry if you have less documentations because honestly, today you can call us as a one-stop shop solution because we have everything under one roof. I have dedicated recruiters, contract managers, government contract consultants, licensing expert, JACO certifications in case if you're seeking for any kind of certifications, maybe JACO, maybe anything, okay? We do have it all for you. So that's exactly what I wanted to address today, right? That was it from my end. I hope it benefited. I'm going to expect a lot of people who actually will be serious for your staffing because this is your time. Take over before the AI takes over you. Yeah. So yes, I will see you. I see Edward has already dropped me an email. Sure, Edward, I am definitely going to give you those details. Edward, feel free to just DM me. There would be few details and I would want to just understand your business. Just shoot me a DM on Facebook and I'll take it forwards from there onwards. And yeah, in case people who are going to be watching me on replay, feel free to shoot me a DM. My DMs are always open for you and I would be more than happy to assist you. Yeah. So, yeah, that was it from my end. Have a wonderful and a blessed rest of your day. Bye for now.